Hello, everybody! Yeah, it might have been a little loud. Hey, I'm still alive. Just be happy. Boy, howdy, let me tell y'all something. We have been one more busy. And, well, y'all know I've been hurting. I've been trying to fix myself, but I keep getting back into these things that hurt me more. It just happened, folks. I mean, it's something that happens, and you know, I fix things for a living, so I just, whatever it takes, I gotta get up here and fix it, even if I can't. So I don't have choices a lot of times. It's just get it done. That's all you can do. So the day I stop doing stuff, I'll probably be dead or crippled. So bad that I can't do it. And I may cause it myself. You never know. But we got a little wild thing here. It belongs to my buddy Calvin. He brought it over here the other week, right about the time I hurt my back. He said, it won't crank unless you fill it plumb full of gas, and it won't run long and it'll cut off. And sure enough, I took the gas cap off and the fuel line broke off in the tank. So, you know, there's that. So we're going to stick some fuel lines in it right quick. It's really rainy today, so we're not going to be able to get anything else done today, I don't think, other than some saw stuff. Me and Daniel and Tommy's been here working. The last couple of days, we have just been bombing everything out we could get knocked out, because I had just tons of work come in, and we're trying to, and we had to do a couple emergency jobs for a lady that was having some trouble with her car, and I wound up me and Daniel put a radiator in it, and that was not, I just come back from my back being like really bad till it finally eased up, and we stuck that radiator in for her, but she had to have it. I mean, you know, I ain't trying to make no excuses or nothing like that. It's just the facts of life. She needed her car. We fixed it. So we're mending up a little bit now. I got it. Alyssa kind of used that massager on my back last night, and that helped a good bit. And, I slept real good last night. I woke up this morning. I'm still hurting, but not so bad. I can actually sort of stand up and walk. So I figured I'd go ahead and try to get this done for Mr. Calvin, because he's needing his saw, and well, I know how it is when everybody needs a saw. This is just, he's local to me, family friend my whole life, so I told him I'd slap it on there last weekend, but I didn't get a chance to do it last weekend because I was hurt a lot worse than I thought. And well, we're doing it now, but we're gonna pull this thing. It don't seem like it's been that long since I put fuel lines in this thing, but maybe it's been a couple of years. Fuel filter don't look bad at all. I mean, he was actually running it. Yeah. Fuel filter's even clean. I mean, we are just gonna slap a new fuel line in. That's all we're gonna do to it. I don't know why it rotted off. All I know is it did. How come I got a feeling? We're going to check all of them before we do it, I'm going to tell you. Looks like we're going to replace that one too.
Yeah, because if one of them was rotted out, times out of 10, the rest of them needs it done too.
Well, you know, the odd thing was, I got a roll of hose. I got a hold of one roll of hose somehow or another that was just awful.
It was already.
It was just, if you put it in one of these, it would last a little while. You put it in a Husqvarna, the same, the Poulan Husqvarna with the orange plastic, it'd rot off in a day.
Oh, wow.
You put it in there, put gas in, it'd fall off the next day. And I couldn't figure out why, but that's the bigger line. I got two different sizes of line here. They're both the same on the outside, but they're different inside diameters. So we're gonna plop this knot. Oh, I'm wondering why everything got blurry. Y'all didn't tell me I didn't have my glasses on. I take them off so I can see over there, and then I come back over here, I can't see nothing. Get out of there, dust. I think we are just gonna go and replace every darn one of them, because that one was right there at it too. So we're gonna give her to her all the way around. That way we don't have to worry about it for at least another year or two. That old fuel, a lot of that old fuel they get, it don't do well. I mean, it's this soft, so it's not like they're gonna run true fuel or something like that in it. I was out here cleaning up this morning. I moved everything where I can't see nothing. So we're gonna trim this thing like this. For the people that's new, if you trim your fuel line kind of pointy, you can put it down through the hole easier and just pull it right through there. And it's, I mean, you lose like an inch of line, but if it makes the job easier and takes less time, you're actually paying for that piece of line anyway. And if you're really stingy, you can just charge your customer for it. I mean, how much is it an inch? That's why I never buy the exact amount of fuel line that I need, because it's a real bear to put it in if you don't have that extra little bit. Having these hemostats is kind of handy too. The biggest thing is you can get it clamped and then wrap the hose around the end of them, because they won't pull the hose through on their own accord. But if you get the hose wrapped around the end of them, then they will. If I can get some of that cut off of there, I'll show you. Let me see if I can cut off what I got in there. I'm just going to cut a little extra off just so I can show y'all what I've done. If I can get it cut off. Y'all excuse me for a second. It ain't gonna be no easy task because the hose is moving inside the tank. There we go. Well, I'll get it in a minute. Alright. When you got it pushed down through the tank, it's sticking down like this. If you just grab it like this and pull on it with these hemostats, it won't pull it. But if you grab it like this and you clamp it and then you wrap it around the jaws so that it's like that, then it won't let go and you can pull the fire out of it then. Took me a little while to figure that one out too. I mean, it ain't like, it's not like you know, groundbreaking stuff, but it does make life a lot easier. Them little tricks, the little tricks are the ones that really help out.
Little things that make life easier.
Yeah. We're gonna pull this thing off. We're gonna pull her off there. Always remember, whenever you're putting these fuel lines on, the suction line comes to the side of the carburetor, because you want to, anytime, you don't want to push gas through the carburetor on these, it pulls. So if you're trying to figure out which one goes to the side of the carburetor, push the line in, put your finger over the end, and see it holds the primer bubble shut. That's the suction line. See, if you put it over this one, it just comes back. When you push on it, it's got pressure. That's the one that goes back to the tank. The pressure goes back to the tank. The draw goes to the side of the carburetor. So we have these all the time that have the lines hooked up wrong, because everybody thinks that it pushes the fuel into the carburetor. It doesn't. It draws it through the carburetor. And it will not run right if it runs at all.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, if you can get it to run, period.
If you can get it to run at all, it won't run right. Usually it just floods the fire.
You might want to just give us a holler. If it does run, you need to give us a holler. We need to check that out.
It'll flood the fire out of it. And this is that little old small hose here. I don't understand why in the world they made the smallest hose on here, because getting it down in there ain't exactly easy, because even the hose is so snug in it that it's hard to get it in there. But anyway, I don't even remember what I was saying about some other stuff, but yeah, I just want everybody to know that I'm doing better now, finally. It's been a rough week. It has been a rough week. Oh, I don't think I got enough of that down through there where I can even see it yet. I don't. They make these. These can be a real pain. These little old small lines, I don't know why they done this. I really don't. Back in the day, when I didn't have this small line, I used to drill them out and put the bigger line in it. And sometimes I still do. I ought to do this one that way. It'd probably last longer. If I had the carburetor off of it, I probably would. But we don't have it off right now, so we're just gonna put a new line in it. Then next time I have the carburetor off of it, I might just replace it all. Come on, line. I got enough line down through there now, but it's trying to hide over to one side on me. and get where I can see it. This is a game of cat and mouse sometimes. I wouldn't make a good left-handed doctor. If you can't pull on it, just keep twisting the pliers. Because if you just keep twisting them, it just rolls the hose around them. And then eventually you have that. You rolled the hose down it. So, oh mercy. And we'll just cut the end off of that. Put the fuel filter back on the line. And we'll drop it back down in the tank. See that it sits about right. That's about right. We'll come over to there. Trim her off. Put it up on there. So now, your fuel line. Dang, I hope y'all could see all of that. The camera was up a little high. It goes from the fuel line up to the long nipple on the primer bubble, which is the suction line. Well, this is actually the pressure line, I think. I got confused myself. Just give me a second. We're going to put the gas back in and make sure the lines was on it right, because they should be. Sometimes you want to draw it through the carburetor and push it back to the tank. That's the main thing. I think I've got it right, but give me a second. I know how it works. I'm just brain dead this morning. I probably shouldn't be explaining stuff. Alright. Hold on a second. I got it hooked up backwards. That's what I did. Somebody else has been messing with this one probably. Because they had the lines on backwards. And I know for a fact that it worked. Unless this is his other saw that I haven't worked on. Then maybe. I had it right. Just these two lines right here were backwards. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you're going to draw it from the suction side. Y'all gonna have to give me a minute because I just can't think of it right now. I know what it is, but my brain is just not working. The fuel line needs to go to the side of the carburetor. That's what it is. And yeah, because you want to draw it up through the fuel filter, into the carburetor, through the carburetor, back to the primer bubble, and then push it back into the tank. That's what it is. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. For some reason, I just couldn't get that across my mind. But We're already at 20 minutes, so y'all give me a minute. I'm going to put some of this stuff back together, and then we'll fire it up, because if I keep filming it, this video is going to be 35 minutes long. So give me just a minute, we'll be back. All right, everybody. Sorry about that. I had a few things I had to take care of. Customers came by. I got it stuck back together. We're going to see if she'll fire up. I pumped a little gas in it when I was moving the line around there, and I'm going to try to crank it just by pulling the throttle and pulling the rope. We'll see if it fires. If it don't, then I'll choke it, because I don't want to flood the fire out of it. Of course, it may already be flooded. Don't know. But we're going to fire it up. See if it'll crank. Turn the switch on. We'll warm it up. This bit of gas went down the carburetor, so I didn't think it's going to need to be choked. I don't know whether got car oil in it or not. I can't get the cap off of it. It's got a little oil in it. It's only a little. Well, there you have it. There we go. Replacing the fuel lines. Remember, when you plumb it, it draws from the filter. The line from the filter comes up and goes to the side of the carburetor. Goes from the side of the carburetor back to the primer bubble. From the primer bubble back to the tank. So when you push the bubble, it should draw up through the carburetor and out to the bubble, and then push it back over into the tank. I was having a hard time explaining that earlier because I've been taking my medicine and stuff like that to help me sleep because I was hurting, so I'm a little bit out of it, but that's the way it goes. All right. Well, y'all have a good day. We got things we got to go do, so I'm going to edit this video and get it uploading. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Appreciate y'all. Welcome all the new subscribers. Don't forget, we have a Saturday live feed, usually from 5 to 7 Eastern Standard Time. Depending on what part of the world you're in, you have to look up and see where the Eastern Standard Time is. Because today's Thursday, so Friday, Saturday. And we'll go from there. So y'all have a good day. Y'all be safe out there. Bell Hopper out.